Hello everyone and welcome to Scrap Saturdays. This is going to be two layouts in one because this first one that I'm going to work on, I was distracted and I didn't record the whole thing. And I only noticed now, like when I was doing up all the videos here, I thought I was going to do this first one, like the first layout that's coming up, which is titled Silly Faces. And then I was going to do the second one, which was the favorite one. But I had a good laugh because when I went to look at the recording, I'm like, oh, I must have blacked out somewhere in between there. So I'm sorry. But that's what happens during Scrap Saturdays. I think I get into that yappy mode, or at least I thought I was being serious, but I don't know what happened. Maybe I didn't press record. Who knows? But guess what? You get to sit through 2 times the photographs. And yeah, I sped it up a lot too, so this is not my normal speed, so forgive me if you can't handle it. Move along, it doesn't matter, you get the best of what you can when you can do it, but I didn't want it to be like a 25-minute long video either, just because I was trying to, meld everything together. And so I will have, my normal talk towards the second half of this video once I finish this one. But just to explain here, I really, really liked using this paper because it kind of had like a sound blast look to it because of Alexander's open mouth. And yes, I should say that this is my sister's kids. So Alexander's wearing the Batman costume with that amazing mask. And then Julian's got the bunny costume and looking at him like, huh? What's the matter with you, dude? Why are you acting so silly? And it was awesome because as soon as I thought that, I was like, yeah, Silly Faces is what I'm going to title it. But this layout takes like a wild turn. Like it starts off with me thinking, am I going to use 2 photos? Am I going to try and, use the circle towards the bottom? And then, you know what? I completely just flip it around. And in a few minutes, you're going to see like pretty much the completed layout because I only recorded this bit in the beginning and then I went straight to the second half, which isn't very much, but then I'll have pictures for you and then I'll start the next layout. So hopefully that's not too confusing, but if you need to press pause and get a snack, go for it now. So the thing about Felicity Jane letter stickers are that they are like incredibly sticky. I stuck them on that piece of overhead or overlay acetate, and when I peeled them off, ta-da, here's my completed layout. They lost all of their stickiness, so I had to like glue these one by one, which was fine. Nothing bad happened. I freaking love this layout. I don't know if it's just the colors, the way his voice is going, and Julian's face is priceless. I love the stamp that says bestie. I love everything about it. The banners that I use, some foam dots here and there. That's me using my black sweater to like wipe off extra splatters. Yeah, my sweater. How Portuguese is that? I didn't have any tissue near me and I didn't feel like getting up because when you're in the zone, that's the thing. When I was doing these layouts, I was so in the zone. See, I thought it was going to be a full video, guys. No, bad girl. But it's so cute, all of the stamping. I stamped with my VersaFine on that tag that says love at the bottom, but it kind of got smushed. So it's not the best. I did use one of these flare badges from a previous Felicity Jane kit, but I love it. I love the colors. I love that the costume colors are also very muted because my sister's very trendy like that. So everything just kind of blends together. So it's not your typical Halloween layout, right? It's not your typical Halloween colors at all, but it is a Halloween layout per se. Is it? I'm not sure. Fantastic. Be inspired to rotate your page. So here again, I'm using the black and white curly Q paper. I'm sure there's like a professional name to this paper, but this was the second photo, which I absolutely love again because Alexander's got this ginormous smile and Julian's like, are we still doing this? And so I figured I would do a grid layout. And I love how it turned out because I haven't done a grid layout in a long time, but it just took me a long time to kind of fuss about. You know what I mean? I took my time punching out stars. I overthought a few things, but in the end, both of these layouts, I love that I use the black and white colors, almost cartoon-like squiggles here for this paper. And I love again that, the kids are in this neutral zone. So I know they're sitting in Julian's crib because my sister had decorated his room as a Batman room with all the grays, and she's got a cloud pillow there on the bottom corner. It's just the cutest thing. Like, she's so good at decorating and stuff like that. And so that's my little intro to what I'm going to talk about. And I talked about it before when I talked about Lucy's layout as, moms and stay-at-home moms and all that stuff. And my sister, it's not a negative thing, but I'm going to use her as an example. I love her dearly. She's one of those I don't have time for myself type moms where it's like, oh, it must be nice that you have time for yourself. That's the kind of answers I get from Lucy. And, she's a very dedicated mom. She's this kind of Instagram, very, I don't want to use the word perfect. I don't know how to translate it without sounding disrespectful, because sometimes words are so misused all the time that they lose their true value, right? But she strives for that perfection. And I say it humbly because when I was at her stage, I was also in that kind of zone where you think that everybody's looking at you and somehow you've got to have your house immaculately clean and you've got to have, the kids' homemade meals all done and they've got to be dressed to the nines, just like Pinterest, and you've got to have your Lululemons on and your Starbucks latte and a happy, happy face. But I don't think it's really like that. And I don't think that we share enough community amongst women and tell the truth about how messy our houses are when the kids are playing and when you've just got no time, or how impossible it is to just keep up with whatever this facade is that we're putting on people, because it's killing our moms. Like, it's really, for lack of better words, it's really getting down to the point where you're feeling guilty all the time, right? And so the second person that I'm going to bring into this is my very good friend Lena, right? A few weeks ago, I met her when we went to the scrapbooking convention. I forgot what it's called, but we met up in Toronto and we met her and Vicky. So hi, Lena. Hi, Vicky, my Bellas. And we were on our way home. We had a wonderful day. We went for lunch and then it was probably 5 o'clock. And I remember Lena had this different face on her. I was driving them back to the conference center so we can get back into our cars and go home, because we all live in different directions and pretty far away from each other. So I looked at her and I said, Lena, are you okay? And she just had this different somber face. And she's like, Monica, I'm missing my girls. And her husband had sent her a text and he had made them, spaghetti, and he was showing her pictures and he was showing her like, don't worry, Mama Bear, the girls are okay. We've got this, right? And I remember giving Lena advice, although these are not pictures of her kids. I just started off with my sister because it's that same kind of Mama Bear guilt that everybody feels when they make time for themselves. And I said to Lena, can I say something to you? And she says, yeah. We had just met each other that day, although the bond was phenomenal. It's still, fresh and new, and she's heard me here on YouTube, but, sometimes I come across as too harsh. Sometimes people are not ready for what I'm going to say. So I asked her, I said, can I tell you that you're going to get home? It is late. But I don't want you to walk through the door and be like, oh my gosh, Mommy missed you so much. I'm so sorry. I'm so late. Because what you're going to teach your kids is that where you were wasn't worthy. What you're going to tell your kids is that taking time for yourself is a negative, and that they should be worried and that they should be concerned, right? They should have that hyper sense of, where were you, Mom? Why weren't you here with me? And so I told her, what I want you to do when you get home, Lena, is I want you to greet your girls with so much joy. I want you to be like, oh, Mommy's home. How are you? Do not use the words, I miss you. I want you to say, Mommy had so much fun. It was so much fun. Would you like to see the treats I got? And open up your bag and let them look through it, so they can associate your time with joy and happiness, so that they can understand, what does taking time for me look like? and feel like. And that when mommy is scrapbooking, it is not a negative thing where they have to holler for your attention. No, it's a positive thing. It's a thing that makes mommy smile and laugh and giggle, just like the things that they do make them smile and laugh and giggle. Yes? And she accepted this, and she really, really thought about it. And I thought, wow, I wish someone had told me that too when my kids were really, really little. But I'm learning. I'm learning and I'm growing. And now I share that with you. Do not feel guilty. You are an amazing mom. Your kids are perfectly fine. Your house is fine. The only thing that isn't fine is you. You need to make time for yourself with no guilt and no shame and no apologies. None. No more. It stops today. You will translate self-love, time for yourself, your hobbies, anything you do for yourself is now translated in the light of love. Your kids will understand that doing something for you does not make you feel bad or guilty or shameful, because then when they grow up, they understand to take time for themselves, to make time for themselves in a beautiful, positive light. Now, I may not have known this 14 years ago, but I know this now. And so I extend this love and care to you. Make time for yourself. Make time for yourself. Whatever it is that you want to do, you take that time. No guilt, no shame. Be inspired by what you see. Be inspired by all the lovely people here on YouTube to scrapbook, to cut into that paper and make memories. Tell your stories. Write them down. Thank you so much, guys, for all your comments, all your love, all your support, all of it. Hugs right back. Be inspired. Take time. Make time for this hobby, because as you know, this hobby heals. And I will see you all very, very soon.